What's up, ladies and gents? This is KSigKid coming at you with another Destiny video. Today, Warlocks, PvE Warlocks specifically, can really rejoice. We've got some awesome exotic armor to go ahead and show you some of the amazing combinations and just how this thing is just an absolute beast. So unfortunately, Hunters and Titans, this video isn't exactly going to be for you. Now, these Transversive Steps are ones that I ended up buying from Xur the first week that he was around for the Rise of Iron. Strange angles is pretty much what makes this amazing. We're not going to worry about the movement speed at all whenever crouching. I don't crouch walk in Destiny, so I'm not even going to worry about it. We're going to talk about how the ammo automatically gets picked up and automatically gets reloaded into your magazines, and it doesn't matter where that gun is. It doesn't matter if you have the gun equipped, it doesn't matter if you have it stowed, and it doesn't matter if it's special or heavy or primary. As long as you pick up like ammo, you're going to reload that gun. So essentially, it is a better cocoon perk. Absolutely better cocoon perk because it can work instantly. And if you see what happened right there, I ended up proccing reactive reload. Now this was completely unexpected by me, so I wanted to actually test it out a little bit. So I procced reactive reload on the Raid Fear and Remedy hand cannon, and I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome. So I wanted to go in and just see if I could go ahead and do that again. See if it was legit whenever you picked up an ammo brick, if you could proc reactive reload, and boom, you can. So right after a kill, if you pick up an ammo brick, you can proc a reload perk. So that made me want to test a few of the other guns that have reload perks. So First Curse has one. Now actually on First Curse, it's actually bad if you reload. So right here I'm going to proc the First Curse perk on that Drake. I got a precision kill, boom, I've got the First Curse perk procced, and I've got my extra range stability handling. Except for whenever I go ahead and pick up that primary brick, it is all gone. So I didn't reload the gun, it went away as soon as I picked up that primary ammo brick. So, if you're rocking out the First Curse, I would not wear the Transversive Steps, because you absolutely want that First Curse perk to proc on the First Curse. It just makes the gun all that much better. So I would recommend to not wear the Transversive Steps if you really like the First Curse, because it's really counterproductive for the gun. You don't want to reload with this gun. And with Transversive Steps, it is very, very, very easy to go ahead and reload the weapon because there's primary ammo and just ammo in general all over the place. You can see it happened again right there after I meleeed that Vandal. Boom, I picked it up. The First Curse perk was gone. Now we're going to move on over to the new sniper rifle from the Heroic Raid in Wrath the Machine. Whenever you have an empty magazine and reload it, you basically gain an extra bullet in your magazine. So instead of normally having 3, you will gain 4. It's pretty much like a guaranteed clown cartridge. Now, I can't test clown cartridge because I don't have any weapons with it, but I have no reason to believe that it would behave any differently from this weapon or any of the other weapons that we're showing that have reload perks. So we can see right there we've got some special ammo. I'm going to swap over to my sniper. You can see it has 0 bullets, and whenever I pick it up, I end up getting wait for it to proc, and I have 4 bullets in the magazine. So again, Transversive Steps ends up proccing a reload perk, and I'm just going to go ahead and fire off my bullets. And you can see right here, normally I have 3 bullets in the magazine. We'll fire off all 3 of those bullets and proc wait for it like you normally would. Whenever we reload, boom, 4. So yes, Transversive Steps works with that. And finally, we're going to test out the Trespasser. We're going to test out Unrepentant on the Trespasser. Whenever you get a kill, if you reload the weapon, you will get that big, long super burst. Will it end up working with the Transversive Steps? So first off, we have to kill an enemy, hope that there's special ammo somewhere that we can go ahead and pick up. And right there, we've got some special ammo, and whenever we fire at this Drake, yes, the super burst is proccing. So the super burst is proccing. So from what I've seen, and I looked over the Destiny wiki for all the different weapon perks that we have, I looked up anything that had reload, and these are actually pretty much the only perks that I found that actually trigger after you go ahead and reload a weapon. And it looks like all of them proc. Like I said, I couldn't test Clown Cartridge, but I have no reason to believe it would be any different from Wait For It or any different from these other different perks, and they all actually worked. So that's pretty cool. That means that if some of your weapons have reactive reload, wait for it, the Trespasser's Unrepentant, whatever it is, you could combo these with the Transversive Steps, and that's actually pretty neat. Weapon and armor combos going together, yeah, we like that for sure. So I mentioned early on that this is pretty much like a better Cocoon. We ended up getting Cocoon on all of our raid weapons in Kingsfall, and that was a pretty solid perk on certain items. For instance, the Raid Heavy Machine Gun, that was absolutely amazing. In fact, whenever we're moving into the Rise of Iron, it's really difficult to try to utilize some other type of machine gun, because for pretty much a year, I never ended up reloading a machine gun. That's pretty much just the way that it is. So these Transversive Steps are really nice, and they end up working on everything, and it's not that you have to stow them away. The one reason why the Cocoon perk wasn't exactly the greatest on some of your primary weapons was because, okay, so on a hand cannon, yes, that can be nice, but you still have to stow away that hand cannon for 5 seconds, and sometimes you don't really just want to do that. In PvE, you're rocking out your primary weapon a lot, and in PvE, you pretty much rock out your primary way more than you do in PvP. Am I right, Crucible guys? Am I right? And because of that fact, you don't really want to stow away your primary weapon in PvE. You want to keep it out, and with the Transversive Steps you are able to do that, because you can just go ahead and run over some primary ammo, and boom, you're going to get your ammo filled up. And there are a lot of bricks that are out there. There are a ton of bricks that are typically, or at least supposed to be out there in the PvE environment. And if you're running around the Archon's Forge, it's going to be just an absolute bonanza. In fact, as you see as I'm running around here, I've got a lot of heavy, and that's actually what I'm going to be doing and utilizing at the end of this particular clip. We're going to do a perfected captain kill without having to reload my heavy weapon at all. Not the entire time are we going to reload it as we kill the perfected captain, and there's pretty much only me and one other blueberry in here. So that's just pretty much amazing, and that's going to show you just how potent this can actually be. So I'm a big fan of this, and I picked it up, like I said, the first week of the Rise of Iron, and I had no intention of rocking it out, because the Warlocks have absolutely amazing exotic arm pieces, and everybody that's been using the Ophidian's aspect is really enjoying it. But what I'll say is, once I ended up picking the Raid Legendary Gauntlets, I'm like, yes, I want to use those things. I want to use those things for the extra heavy ammo drop, and you can see that that's working out pretty well because I have heavy ammo everywhere. And because of that, I pretty much opened up an exotic slot on my Warlock, and I had these boots on, and I just decided to put them on and start leveling them up. And I was really glad that I did. Now in PvP, you might not be using these. I mean, I did find some benefits to them. Like for instance, if I picked up a special ammo box and I had no bullets in, say, my shotgun, I could go ahead and pick that up with the Transversive Steps on, and boom, my shotgun was automatically reloaded. And that's a pretty nice thing. But other than that, unless you're a crouch walker in PvP, you might not get a ton of benefit out of them. In that case, you might want to rock back to your Ophidian's aspect, which is really nice because it has that quick draw perk in it. But in PvE, these things are as S tier, as God tier as you can absolutely get. It's just amazing. To never have to reload any of your weapons is absolutely amazing. You really can't put a price on that, and you can't overlook how good it is and how good it's going to help out your DPS in general. So like I said, as you're watching this particular clip, it's just me and this one blueberry here. I'm not sure what type of damage he's actually putting out on the captain, but I can say that his health is down to maybe the last 25%, and we still haven't reloaded the Gjallarhorn. There's so many heavy ammo bricks out here that I haven't had to reload the Gjallarhorn. And we talked about weapon combinations. Well, I guess this combos pretty well for the raid whenever you're going against Fallen, if you've got those legendary gauntlets on, plus the Transversive Steps, heavy ammo for days, and you never have to reload that heavy ammo. Here we go, we're going to go ahead and pick up some more heavy ammo, and the captain is going down. So we did an entire perfective captain. I don't know how much damage we did versus how much the blueberry did. I imagine that I put out quite a bit, and I did not have to reload at all, and I've still got a ton of heavy ammo bricks out there. So Transversive Steps, I strongly recommend these. I hope you pick them up in week 1. I want to know if you've used them yet. Or are you like me, where you picked them up and you were like, you know what, I've got some other Warlock exotics, I'd rather use those, and I'm just not going to go ahead and rock out the Transversive Steps. Did you decide to go ahead and put these on yet? Because if you haven't, and you've got those gauntlets from the raid, I would recommend going ahead and grabbing those. I like it so much. I'm so glad that I ended up pretty much putting these on just by accident. Because not only are we getting weapon combinations, where we can proc out reactive reload like we're going to do, procking out reactive reload on a kill, running over a brick, and boom, I've got some extra damage. We can also rock it out with the Trespasser. We can end up doing it with our raid sniper rifle. But we've also got armor combinations where we can get our extra heavy ammo bricks and then never have to reload our heavy weapons. There's just a lot of utility to this. It's not an outright damage boost that you get, but it's a damage boost as far as utility goes, because not having to reload means that you're free to just go ahead and keep shooting and keep shooting. So I'm liking these things. These things are going to be my #1 PvE type exotic to go ahead and wear on my Warlock for the time being. Sure, things might change in a little while. Things might change as far as buffs and nerfs to other items. These things might even get nerfed. I hope they don't. They don't really need a nerf at all. They're just really cool. They're really good. They are my god tier Warlock PvE exotic. So please, let me know if you're rocking these things out. Do you agree with me? Would you give these things a try if you've got them? Would you give them a try if before you were like, you know what, not really sure, did this video maybe potentially change your mind? Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your PvE, and I'll see you around in Destiny. Don't transversive step on me.